isn't made for little people and their brain development. Like it's like nicotine, right? It's like having a cigarette and like you want the next hit. So I understand
You
it
won't
in
get
that
away with
way,
this,
where it's like
Krauser.
you show him, like he already has shown signs of that. Like he wants the remote, he wants it, he wants it, he wants it. There's nothing wrong with him. That is a healthy understanding of him, but also you can't OD and like because then
Right.
when you eventually do want to cut off and set limits, he's gonna act up. He already does that with just anything, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I, for the sake of both of our parenting and for his development, I'm like, I would want to try everything else. Meaning, like when we're out in the car, you can do anything else, like literally anything else. You want to bring your favorite toy, you want to play your favorite fucking music, you want to fucking talk to me, you want to talk to, like, we'll call grandma and grandpa, like, what do you want to do? But it is not you being on a phone or a tablet, like, no. And that just puts us in, it puts the parents right in a situation because like if they know we have it, we're in control.
Leon, there's
Meaning
only time to
like
say this
he'll
once, so
know,
listen
oh,
up. They took your friend
if
to
I
the
do
top
this
of the
thing
clock
like
tower.
mommy and daddy
If
did
you
it, or if I
hurry,
ask,
you might get there
which
before she
is
turns into
again
one
it's
of them.
healthy.
So you aren't
However,
heartless
it's an
after all.
added
I
device
guess I
that
should be thankful.
I've seen and it's proven
Yeah,
that will
you
cause
should.
tantrums.
Yeah.
Tantrums and just behavior because like he doesn't understand that like it's stimulating. Why would you take something that's stimulating and relaxes you or
Break's
makes
over,
me
I
giggle
suppose.
like as he gets older and and just like you saw him with the phone, he knows what to do. He like you take it from him, he's like and he's not even using it yet. Imagínate if he finds something like Sid is doing well and we take it from him, or like hey 5 more minutes, and if he doesn't do it, then it becomes a battle between us, which I'm okay with. But I think if we can push it further out as much as possible, I rather do that. I rather choose my battles, and I don't want it to be over a tablet and a phone.
Right.
I think for him to have a phone, I feel best if he has one in high school. I may
Ooh, you
entertain it
got
in
the
middle
stench of
school.
fat.
It depends where he goes to school. It depends,
Yeah.
right? Like, it
Well,
depends on a few
ooh,
things.
what are
It's
you
not just our son.
buying?
It's more of just like safety, accessibility to him, things like that.
Thank
Um,
you.
but I think there's so many other things that like I don't know that could be replaced or not at all. Like
Give that the
and the other
care
thing
it
is what we're
deserves.
battling
Come
here
back.
uphill
Welcome.
is that other
Well
kids
then,
are gonna
what
have
can I
phones,
do
are gonna have those things, and I don't. Not that I don't want him to think like he's
you
not
get
deserving
some
of it. I'll
bang for
explain
your
it to
buck?
him, and
I
honestly,
guarantee it.
I'm okay with like re-explaining and like replacing or like
Next
compensating in
time,
another
I
way because it's just like no, it's too much power. You cannot have internet.
Right.
You can play with dad, and it's like right like if there's a game that's appropriate for him and you're playing it and you're like
eh?
if that's something the two of you okay, you and daddy gonna play and then you and I will talk and it'll be okay. You'll play. Um, you did your homework. You get to play. You had your dinner. All right, and you and I would decide. Hey, is he playing until a certain time, until a certain thing? Like, um, because realistically, like it's around him.
Right.
So, um, so I don't want to say like no. It just it's gonna look different. I think if you support me as well.
Yeah, of course.
I just it's just so much, bro. It's so much. These kids now, and I think it's like I didn't have a phone in middle school, and I remember in my high school, I was quite naive. I was a naive kid. I think I was very smart, but street smart, I was not. Like I couldn't tell you. I fucking sucked when it happened. I'll be honest with you.
fuck. Sheesh. What an asshole. Fucking died.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want him to watch this. You play this.
No, this wouldn't be appropriate for him to watch. Oh, fuck, I used the wrong thing.
Yo, and there's app. I just heard so much stuff, and I'm not. Maybe I'm making fun of myself. I'm overthinking things. But like, these kids in technology, they don't.
Present for you.
And you know what? Even me, I'm gonna want to know what he's searching. I'm gonna want to right, and like, again, that puts fear. It puts us. But like, if he were to have one, I would want to know what he was spending time, how much time. You know what I mean? Like, who was talking to? And no, you can't lock yourself up. Like, what are you doing? I believe in you. Lock yourself up. What are you doing? It also depends on what kind of kid he is, right? Or what if he's like very social and like, then I'll be more at ease. I'm like, okay, my son. And then he's like casi todo, like, but if he's like one of these little quiet kids, I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Like, what are you doing?
Nothing. It's like,
Mm.
and he's smart, so, I was a sneaky kid. I did a lot of things like shit, but I got away with a lot because my mom was nuts, and also like I'm smart, so I was able to finagle that, but. I know I did that because, like, my mom, I know, wouldn't allow it, so I had to find ways to, like, get away with shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I know kids do that, but, I don't know. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I just think nowadays, like, phone and tablets are just, I don't necessarily, the cons outweigh the pros for me.
Yeah.
To be quite honest. Have you heard about AI and how some folks talk to AI like that's their friend and befriend them and go for them advice like a therapist? There's someone who died. I think there's been more than one case, but there's someone confirmed. The AI pretty much convinced them and told them to kill themselves, and so they did.
Have you ever seen Her?
No, but you showed me that movie.
Something similar to that.
Yeah, no. There's the fucking. Remember that kid with the whole dark web, and I'm like, fuck. Do you know about that? I didn't know about that. I don't even like. It doesn't interest me, but you went as far like he said he went in, and he couldn't name what he saw on it.
Yeah.
And me being curious, I was like, let me just see this little fucker.
Is this his family?
And it was true. No. And these kids nowadays, man, they don't know how to fucking socialize. Emojis mean certain things. Like, get the fuck out of here. Talk. Like, emoji's an emoji. Yeah, it can mean something, but at the end of the day, like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Emoji. Like, were you ever bullied in school?
Mm-mm.
Me either.
I was a cool kid.
I'll be taking this.
I would say so too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think people would like make fun or poke fun, but I never took it serious. I always would talk back. You know me, I got a mouth, so I'm always gonna say something. I would always say something, and also I got along with all sorts of crowds. So thankfully, like, I was mixed. People were like, oh, you're so mixed. You get along with, people in band, people
Same.
in the cheerleading team, people in the math club, the debate team, and I was part of different things. So I was hella mixy. But in high school, I was in softball, handball, I was in business, so like we were like in presentation, so like I was semi-social, not that social. And I was president my senior year, so like I was pretty. I
You're
was
president of your class?
yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
I ran for class president. I needed to do something because I could have graduated the year before, but I wanted to be cool and graduate with my friends. So I stood my full 4 years. I had like 3 classes. I was fucking chilling my senior year. Chilling. When I tell you I was chilling, I was chilling. You feel
Same.
me? And Coro, bro. I was doing the announcements in the morning. I convinced the principal to be like, yo, I have an announcement. I would like give a little cheerful. No one else did that, bro. I was like, hey, why don't we start doing that? And they're like, okay, what are you thinking? And I'm like, I'm gonna do this.
That's awesome.
I will leave notes on teachers, like mailboxes. People will come chill at the principal's office. No one was doing that. And then somebody's like, all right, I know y'all got classes for 4 weeks. And they're like, oh, no, I want more baby. He's like, no, go to class. And you're fine with it. You know? We had dances at the school. We had a senior trip. That school was like, I wouldn't say it was fun, but they definitely didn't have dances. They did have a senior trip years before, and maybe like a little prom here and there, but like we definitely like we were tight and we like wanted to make sure like okay, our high school we were like less than 100 people, so we're like how do we make this year special? We had an official senior day. Everyone went to the beach. Like maybe like a few folks that like were just like nah, I'm not doing it, or I'm not a beach person or whatever. Maybe they didn't get the notice, but a good amount of us, we were on our train. Everyone fucking was like all off with the beach for the whole day. Oh my god, I am crazy. So the principal, I think I told you the story. The principal one time was like, hey, I gotta run. He had twin daughters. He's like, I gotta run, blah, 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 blah. He's like, someone is coming and I need you. He's like, can I rely on you to fix the paint for the cafeteria?
Oh,
Like,
fuck,
pick the
wrong
paint
way.
colors. And I'm like, sure.
There's the clock
You know what
tower.
colors I picked?
Hang in there, Ash.
How many colors?
I picked orange and green. They motherfucking painted orange and green. Yo, when the principal saw, he's like, Veronica, did you decide? I was like, yeah, this is the colors. It looks like a fucking lollipop. Like a fucking, like a Charlie, what is the
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, it was green, bright green and orange. He was like, yo, everyone was like, yo, who the fuck picked this color? I was like, me.
That's funny.
Oh my god. But also, like, how do you leave a fucking 16-year-old to decide that? I was like, alright, I'll pick my favorite colors. Oh my god.
That's funny. Sounds like you were pretty active in your school.
I was.
I wasn't as cool as you.
I mean, I don't think I was that cool.
Okay, class president.
I know, I'm surprised I even got it.
What I did was, oh fuck, hold that, 1 second. No, I only cut school like, well, my thing is that I went to a public school. I went to public school the whole time, but in the very first year of high school, I went to this school called I went to Union High School. That's where I met like Derek, and that's where I like linked up again with Mike and all my homies from like elementary school. Cause all my friends from elementary school, they stayed in the Grand Rapids public school system, and then I just went off and I went to like a public school system, but not in not the ones that they went to. So I finally linked up with all of them, but I started like kicking it with my cousin and everything like that. So I just kind of was just like chilling the whole time.
Yeah, you said you didn't go to school, and your parents changed you
Yeah,
because you weren't acting right.
yeah. You hear that?
What?
Anyways. Gotta burn this shit, bro. I gotta figure out how to fucking deface this shit. Oh, I know how to do it.
Yeah, so, anyways.
But yeah, so pretty much.
Hey, would you mind go getting me the medicine?
No, no, no.
I feel so
That should
warm
do it.
here.
Yeah, I got you. 1 second. You relax, okay, honey? You what?
I'm in pain.
Dito.
That's very uncomfortable.
Mm, my little cosita.
What do you think about what I shared with the movie?
With the show?
Yeah?
I mean, it sounds fucking nuts. You know? Oh, yeah. Sounds freaking crazy. Um, and, you know, I don't know. I don't. Part of me thinks like likes to think like I could be cool in that type of situation regarding like knowing how to handle, but because I like to think of myself as a very cool and calm and collected individual, but I also know at the same time like being in a position where your child killed someone, like I honestly don't know what I would do in that position. You know,
Well, what the movie has sparked is the fact of like
it's a movie or show.
it's a show, sorry,
Mm,
a series. I don't know,
yeah.
but what it's sparked is the conversation around not necessarily blaming the parents because obviously everyone is doing the best that they can, right?
Right.
That is a universal truth.
Right.
The best that they can with what they got, with what they know.
Right.
It's not. I'm not saying right or wrong. It's people are living the best that they can, whether it's working or not for them. Who's
Right.
it for? Who are we to judge? But I think it highlighted like this deficit that this 13-year-old had that parents were not equipped um, to kind of uh, water it or to like how to go around, right? I'm not saying like this kid is antisocial, but clearly he didn't know how to like one speak about what was happening, speak up about it, what was happening, feel he had like low self worth, um, and lack thereof like of a consequence.
Mhm.
So like the dad has a moment with the wife at the end. He's like, "Yo, my dad beat me senseless, and I didn't beat my kids." He's like, "So how is it that like my dad created me? I'm trying to do better, and yet my son still came out like this." So he's like, "Damn."
Right.
Like he was beating himself up, right? Like as far as like where did I fuck up? Meanwhile, it's like it's how are you supposed to know? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's not a parent doesn't dream or think of this. Like it just happened. Like a collection of things, right? Like you didn't really see it coming,
Mhm.
right? I'm sure they went back and forth with like signs or whatever, but there weren't many. So that's what sparked off like, and especially like the content, right, of what this kid was exposed to, was engaging with as far as, and not just him, but like him and his peers, that this was an acceptable, yet it's very problematic kind of topic and spaces that exist
Mhm.
for these teenagers to like talk about and have that sort of ideology of like men versus women type of
Mhm.
shit. And it's right, like it's predatory, like it's that aggressive sort of mentality of like women are less than type of shit.
Yeah.
But that's because as a male, as a boy, he felt not worthy. So instead of speaking up about it or like anything, what he found
Online community.
correct, he was just trying to get he was just curious and trying to get understanding to like the reasoning part, right? Of like, okay, well, Maybe it is that I'm ugly. Maybe it is that, you know, am I like, what's the word that they call them?
Maybe am I an incel even though he's like
Right.
13, bro?
Right. But they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all this chat of like, and you don't know. That's why you should talk to your kids. And as uncomfortable or comfortable as it is, like, and it's hard. I mean, we're not there yet. But like, I remember, and this is not in relation to this, but like, just of my femininity, like, I didn't know what a period was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what masturbation was.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, like, I found about it in other circles, but like, when I look back, I'm like, damn, I wish, maybe not necessarily my mom, but maybe another female confidant who could tell me and tell me accurate information. And besides, like, I think I would have, as the type of person that I am, like, I would have appreciated that because I wanted clear expectations and also, like,
You die.
we're gonna talk about these things that is like so taboo still.
Right.
Rather than like, and what we do, right, with sex, when it comes to attraction, when it comes to identity, sexuality, obviously with the political climate, it's like, it's shunned. It's like, you don't talk about it, or it's one way, and it's like, no, it's not. When you do that, you fucking set off all these other things.
That's real.
There's legit people who are like, oh no, kids shouldn't know, and like, I get that, they shouldn't, but however, there is
The internet.
appropriate language on talking to them about boundaries, respect, consent, from as small as a baby. It's like, no, you don't do that. And that's the things that they need to hear. Hey, don't do that. And I'm not upset, we just don't do that. Now come here, give me a hug, and oh, do you want a hug? Or, you know, like, let's eat, let's keep a good one. Like, but also, we don't do that. You know, like, they
Right.
need to hear that. And we need to model it for them, and it needs to be around them. Man, boy, somebody fucking cocks his little hand back and whaps me, I'm just like, yo. And it just look at him and I'm like, no. I take his little hand and I kiss it and I'm like, we're not hitting. I give his little hand a kiss. He's like, no. I'm like, okay, no. Or he just goes, yes.
So that's a request done and dusted, that. Well, look at you,
I'm like,
mate.
you're also not gonna hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Got a
He
select.
doesn't know better, right? He doesn't have it.
Right.
He expect it. Oh, goodness.
We'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Coming around the mountain when she comes.
Oh, I saw an Instagram video of someone got like early access to the Universal Park, and there's like a Harry Potter,
Yeah, there's always been a Harry Potter section.
Dragon, and the Mario Nintendo whatever.
World, yeah.
go in Tokyo?
Perhaps.
There's a Disney World in Tokyo.
Hmm.
You are nothing, if not unyielding,
The voice.
Mr. Kennedy. However, I'm afraid it ends here. Expel this intruder!
Shit.
Oh, word. Nice. Still alive. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else here? What's it? Who else wants it? Wish I could see these guys.
All right.
I like it when they just stand there. Oh shit. fuck.
Not bad, right? You really know how to make someone feel welcome.
I'd love to know whose logic it was to put that dynamite there, but you know what? We'll take it. fuck?
Shit! Need to drop some weight. Body armor's not looking great.
Of course. Wow. That's lame.
Welcome. What can I interest you in? Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be. I'll buy almost anything. Thank you. Well, my... I want to take it. Welcome. A deal well struck. Thank you. Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right. Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave. A deal well struck. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Come back when you can actually pay, mate. What's that? How have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to know, mate. All my wares are in tip-top shape. Better to be over-prepared, am I right? Well then, pleasant travels. Oh, break's over, I suppose.
And so, I have delivered the girl to you as promised. Do tell our Lord to not forget the loyalty of his servant, Ramon.
Ashley!
Such a fool, Mr. Kennedy. To have been bestowed with Lord Sadler's...
You talk too much.
Failed! You vulgar, utterly uncivilized, mongrel! Allow me to show you power can be granted by my master. The power of the God!
me out of your crappy script.
Well then, why don't you show me what a first-class critic is like?
Wow. With that, we'll take a little break ski. We're gonna get some dinner, some lunch, and then just relax. Peace out, y'all.